Okay, so here we've got this, and remember what we're looking at is replacing the x with some open brackets ready to receive an input. Okay, whatever goes in here is going to go in here. And the first thing I want us to do is to put 8 in. So let's put 8 in. And so we're going to get 8 take away 6, which is 2. 2 over 2 gives me 1. They want me to reverse the function. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the function here. I am going to swap out the x for a y and put x here and make y the subject. Gives me 2x equals y minus 6, and therefore 2x plus 6 equals y. And this is the opposite of this. 2x plus 6. Okay, there's another function here. What function cannot be included? What input numbers are you not allowed to put in this? Two things will cause math error on your calculator. One is dividing by 0, one is square rooting in negative. Okay, well, basically this bit here is not allowed to be negative. Something is negative, okay, if it's less than 0, okay, if it's less than 0, which means that that red box must not be less than 0, which means that x must not be less than 4. Okay, last part of the question. In this part of the question, because express the function g of f in as simple terms as possible. Okay, and there's no number or letter to put in other than the fact you've got the x. So let's stick the x in. Remember, you should do it so that f of x is embedded. You work from the inside out. And f of x is, if you look at the top of the page, okay, we get x minus 6 over 2. Now the G machine, okay, is defined here as G, take your input number and square root it, yeah, minus 4. Whatever goes in there goes in there. Now instead of a nice number, we've got this horrible fraction to do, but we're just got to be brave and do it. So let's do G of x minus 6 over 2 is equal to the square root of x minus 6 over 2. Okay, so now that's looking pretty mean. It's important to remember though that the first 3 parts of the question are quite straightforward, and I would say level 7. This is definitely level 8 or 9. So my job is here for very few marks to do some major hard work. X minus 6 over 2 minus 4. I need to write this as a single fraction, so I'm going to rewrite this as 4 over 1. I'm going to use a common denominator, which in this case is going to be 2, multiplying those two things together. And nothing's happened to this one because 2, yeah, nothing. But this has been multiplied by 2, so this needs to do the same thing. And so I've now got this. I can write that as a single fraction, which is x minus 6 minus 8 all over 2. And this gives me square root of x minus 12, okay, sorry, no, x minus 14 over 2. And beyond that, I don't think you can simplify it anymore. So I'm just going to go square root x minus 14 over 2.